Hi guys, let me just tell everyone we're live. I'm just making a quick coffee. So, the thing is, Karen has just sent me something. Karen is one of our subscribers. I'm definitely going to show you this. Wow. Right, I'm going to download it and then upload it to if it lets me. Oh wow, Karen. So Karen is at Graceland's. Look at that. That's just brilliant. I'm Karen. I'm going to show all these. Oh, whoa. Karen, such good pictures. Hang on. I'm just putting them all on my phone. Oh, the 68 comeback suit as well. I wonder if I can get this. I'm going to try and get this on my... If I can send them to an email to myself. So, hi everyone. Defending Elvis Presley. The topic is... We're going to see, was Elvis forced to get married? Right. Oh, look at that. Whoa, yay. So I'm just looking at Karen's pictures. They're so good. Karen, you're so lucky. Right. Oh, look at a great picture of Karen. Let me just quickly show you Karen, but I'm going to show you some more. Karen, our subscriber, is at Graceland. Do you know what? I might just play it. Look at these pictures, guys. She's actually there. I mean, they're not crystal clear, unfortunately. But, oh, look at that. Sat outside Graceland's Karen. It's a dream come true, isn't it, guys? Being at Graceland's. Right, let me just quickly grab my coffee. Oh, she sent me some brilliant pictures. Of course, Elvis's grave with Karen's hand right there. Oh, yeah, you've got to touch it, don't you? Oh, wow. These are amazing, Karen. Obviously, family tree. Not crystal clear. Sorry, guys, on my end. That's a bit clearer. Oh, look, it starts to get clear. Oh, there we are. That's focusing a bit better now. Because it's trying to focus on me. And then look at all these pictures. It's like, wow, I just want to be there. Someone told me that this car was originally white. That Elvis didn't like purple. Is that true? Right. Look at that. Right next to that's obviously the one that Elvis gave to his mum. God, so good. So, I wanna... Wow, look at that car. Come on. I want to play the video that Karen sent me. I think I'm going to do it on my phone because otherwise it's going to just slow everything down. Let me just see if it has gone to my phone. The video, that is. Don't think it has. I mean, that is such a great photo, Karen. Right, let's get it on a stand. Let's see if we can play Karen's video. I've also got some gifts from Tina. Let me just quickly tell everyone that we're live. Live. Quickly, very, very quickly. I've just been at my son's football match. He won 3-1, which he's obviously very pleased about. It was blooming cold, but you know, you do it for the kids, don't you? I'm not, you know me, guys, I'm not a great football person. Let's have a look. Right, I just quickly told everyone we're live. Well, not everyone, but some of you. Okay, let's get Karen's video up, and then we're going to show Tina's gift. Tina has sent me some gifts. Tina, you're so kind to me. Let me tell Tina we're live. Tina Preston. Right, sorry guys, I'm faffing around a bit. Karen, we're talking about you. Karen, are you're there, yeah? Are you there now? We're just about to play your video. We're just about to play your video that you sent me. How are you? Tell me where you are, what time it is, what you're up to. I'm just about to play. I haven't watched it yet. I'm just about to play your video. I haven't watched it. This is my first time. Let's get the volume up on it. Pause it. Yay, in Memphis. Which hotel are you in, Karen? Okay. We're going to play your video now. Yes, it's 6 in the morning. All right, I won't. Right, let me just get this. Hang on, let me just pause this. Right. So I'm going to post it like this. Then I'm going to download it and put it on our video channel. But for now, because I've only just received it, let's play it for Team Elvis, yeah? Okay. And I'm going to show, Tina Preston has sent me some gifts. I'm going to show them as well. Right. Okay, guys. Oops. Let's get on it. Right, pause. Okay. Hi, Linda. So Karen has sent me a load of pictures, and I'm going to play this for you. Just 1 second, guys. 1 second, 1 second, 1 second. Where are we? So we've got... Okay. Like so. Okay, guys, 1 minute. I'll be with you now. I'm just warming this up. Right, 1 second. Right, just warming it here. All right, won't be long. All right, don't worry. Okay, we're done. Let's let the dog in. Come on, come on. Okay, right, I'm just stuffing my face as well. Right, let's have a look. There's no talking because there was a man following us, said videoing, so I said no videoing, right. Yesterday was one of the best days of your life. I'm not surprised. Anyone tuning in now, Karen is at Memphis, at Graceland. She sent me some pictures and videos. So we're going to play her video. Obviously, we're very happy for Karen. Here goes, guys. Wow, it's focusing a little bit.
Yeah, I'll do it when
Graceland, guys. Come on.
first time at the meditation gardens. We'll see the graves.
So interesting. You're actually there. You're actually there. Wow. I'm going to put this on a little video, I am. Amazing. Oh, God rest her soul. Amazing. Move that over. Love it. Sorry about the focusing, a bit odd. Fascinating. Fascinating, Karen. The atmosphere must be like
Solid state.
very solemn.
That was on the original grave before they moved her. Etc. Oh, was it? Yeah. On the horses.
Fascinating. That must be just easier. What time was it? Yeah, Finola, very peaceful. Fascinating. Tranquility. 7:30 in the morning, right. The one defending Elvis, Karen is at Memphis, at Graceland. Which hotel are you staying at? Beautiful. Amazing. Now, what I'm going to try and do is see if I can show the pictures. Let me just see if I can show the pictures while everyone's looking. Let's have a look. Let's have a go. I'll sit here and try and do it. Obviously, all right, there's a picture. I'm hoping you guys can see these. The family tree. Let me just double check that you guys are seeing it. Yep, you are. Let's show Karen's pictures. I think it's important. Let's have a look. Elvis Presley, in grateful appreciation. Obviously, Karen at Graceland. God, how many times have we looked at this image and imagined being there, sitting in those little metal white chairs next to the lions? Obviously, the green shutters. And of course, the columns outside the entrance. The key to happiness is keys to the Rolls Royce. So I keep getting told this was originally white. I think Billy Stanley said it in an interview. I just want to make sure you guys are still seeing it. 1 second. Let's have a look. I just want to check that you guys are seeing it, okay? Yep, you are. All right, 1 second. Let's keep looking. So in case you just joined us, guys, it's Karen, our subscriber and member at Graceland. Obviously, the Living Museum. Of course, that must be the pink Cadillac that Elvis bought, the first car he bought for his mum. Is that correct? Tell me, guys. Give me the history. Put it in the comments. Wow, now that is beautiful. In the background, I can see a picture of Anne Margaret. Didn't Elvis have one of these in Germany? I don't know. You tell me, guys. MG or maybe not. I don't really know. Chevrolet. I don't know the story behind these. Again, I don't know the story behind these. Beautiful. Tell me the story behind these vehicles, guys. Put it in the comments. Wow. Did he use that in the movie as well? I think we can see footage of Elvis on this motorbike. Can we? Maybe we can. I don't know. Wow. 68 comeback suit. It looks small, doesn't it there? It obviously got the shoes on. It's a bit tighter than my one. The last concert, yeah. Of course, beautifully set out in their compartments. There's Karen in the middle. I think that's all of them. Let's have a look. Wow, let's have a look. Yeah. Wow. Amazing. Thank you so much for sending us that. Thank you so much for sending us that. Any of you that ever visit Gracelands, please send us some photos, videos. So I'm having a good day today with you guys. Tina Preston, one of our subscribers and members, I hope, sent me some cards. It just says, have a good day. See you on the next live, from Tina. But she's also sent me some gifts. Let me just show you a minute. So Tina, I'm not sure if Tina's watching. I have messaged her. Partners in Wine. Well, my wife loves a glass of wine. And again, have a wonderful day with your dogs. Oh, yes. She's a dog lover. So thank you, Tina. Thank you for these cards. I always cherish anything sent to me, but she's also sent me the Jailhouse Rock DVD. Of course, I do need to get a DVD player because I've still got the DVD that Angie sent me. So I will be, well, eventually I'll get a DVD player and we can play these, but I still cherish these. I cherish them. So one of you sent me a Grease 2 album as well. Okay, right, let's see what else. So Tina sent me a magnetic picture. This is going to go in my camper van. This is going to go in my camper van. It's magnetic. So I'm going to put that in my camper van in a minute. EPE registration, US Pat, artwork of Joe Petrucci. So is this just like hand painted? Okay, well that's going to my camper van, Tina. Tina, thank you so much. And she's also sent me a book. And I've not heard of this book. Ray Connolly, Being Elvis, A Lonely Life. Should we read a bit about it? It says, what was it like to be Elvis Presley? As the world's first rock star, there was no one to tell him what to expect, no one with whom he could share the burden of being Elvis Presley. On the outside, he was all charm and sex appeal, confident on stage and gifted in the recording studio. He sold 1 billion records and had more hits than any other singer, making him rich and famous beyond his wildest imagination. But he wasn't free. Why? Being Elvis takes a clear-eyed look at the most loved entertainer ever, a man who changed popular culture, but who became trapped in his own frailties, in his loneliness. And then it says here, from Tim Rice, Elvis changed the world triumphantly and his own world tragically, living and dying the American dream, never knowing how it happened. And then we've got Being Elvis is a revelation, the Elvis Presley biography that we've all needed. And then we have this one says here, that's the Huffington Post, an excellent through tragic examination of the price of fame. So that tells me that this book's going to have some quite it's not all, it's going to be negative and positive. It says here, R. Connolly is a journalist, novelist and screenwriter. While working on the London Evening Standard, he interviewed, among others, many of the 60s and 70s rock stars and cultural icons, including the Beatles and Elvis Presley. All right, so Ray Connolly actually interviewed Elvis. He contributes regularly to the Daily Mail and has also written for the Sunday Times. He is married with 3 children and has 2 grandchildren, and he lives in London. So, I'll be honest with you, I don't know who Ray Connolly is. So what's this? I got the book. Something said in it are not nice. All right, okay, Linda, you've got this book. And make him look like a groomer. Okay, this book, yeah, we're talking about. Okay, well, I can tell by the introduction that it's going to go that way a bit. I actually had a full-term baby that died in October. Oh, this is horrible. Finola. Oh, Finola, I send you love. We all pray for you. We send you hugs. Oh, very, very sad. Very, very sad. And thank you for sharing that with us. Yeah, so it's this book. Okay, I mean, we've got acknowledgements. I wonder if there's an introduction. Author's notes. Let's have a look. Let's read some of the author's notes while we're here. I want to show Tina's other gift. So Tina has given me this. It came through the post today. Thank you, Tina. Can we just, does it say what country it came from? No. Doesn't say the country it came from. But Tina also got me, Tina, thank you. The Elvis 2025 calendar. Elvis 2025 calendar. Yeah, it's very sad, isn't it, Linda? Hi, Emily. We are going to do a topic, but not on this video. On this video, because Karen has sent me some videos of her at Memphis right now as we speak at Graceland. And Tina has sent me some gifts. I thought we'd do that, and then we'll come back for a different video. So it says here, one morning in August 1969, I found myself sitting in a New York office talking on the phone to Bob Dylan. I was the London Evening Standard rock critic at the time, and as Dylan was soon to appear at England's Isle of Wight Festival of Music, I'd called his manager, Albert Grossman, to see if I could pre-book an interview with the great man. What time is it? If my wife turns up, I will have to go. The answer was not unexpectedly no, but then I can only assume Grossman was thinking about the festival ticket sales, which was said to be slow. He suddenly suggested that Dylan may be prepared to chat to me on the phone, and then he asked the secretary to get Bobby on the line. Normally, before I did an interview, I like to plan my questions, but on this occasion, I suddenly had the phone thrust into my hands, and therefore he was waiting for me, the most reclusive singer-songwriter in the world, Bob Dylan. As it turned out, Bob Dylan couldn't have been more friendly and patient. I respect my pretty mundane inquiries before long, probably for want of anything better to say. I mentioned that I'd just been to Las Vegas to see Elvis Presley's stage comeback. Really, Dylan's tone changed. You were there. How was he? Then almost before I could answer, he was saying, I read about it in the New York Times. Was he so good? Was he good? Was Scotty Moore, Elvis's first guitarist, with him? What did he sing? Were the Jordanaires backing him up? Did he do any of the Sun stuff? That's all right. What about Mystery Train, Heartbreak Hotel? What else? Did he do any new songs? Who was in the band? He had an orchestra on stage with him. Really? So it went on. Bob Dylan was asking me more questions than I'd asked him. No longer was he one of the most famous men in the world. Obviously, we know Bob Dylan was massive, don't we, guys? Me and an interviewer caught off guard. We were equal fans of the same person. I think it's well known that Bob Dylan was an Elvis fan, talking excitedly as though we were both 15 years old and had just discovered rock. Towards the end of the conversation, I happened to mention that Elvis had recorded one of Dylan's songs, Tomorrow Is a Long Time, which Dylan obviously knew. It was, he said, his favourite recording of any of the songs he'd written, which I suppose wasn't surprising, as it did come from a fan. Do you know what? I'm going to see if we can find this. So it's called Tomorrow Is a Long Time. We're going to look that up in a second, guys. A few days later, I was back in London and had the occasion to phone John Lennon. This, I should explain, was not an unusual occurrence, as I was seeing quite a bit of Lennon and McCartney at the time. Once again, however, I mentioned that I'd been to see Elvis, and once again I was facing a series of questions, identical almost to those of Dylan. Was Scotty Moore with him? Was the Jordanaires there? It was a no in both cases, by the way. What about his early stuff? Did he do Baby Let's Play House? What about I Got a Woman? Was he good? Was he fat? I learned something from those two phone calls, mainly that deep down rock stars are really just grown-up fans. No matter how famous and celebrated Bob Dylan and John Lennon have become, by that time they were still fans of the man who had got them started in music in the first place, still fascinated by the sounds that had captured their youth, their teenage imaginations, like those of Paul McCartney, Keith Richards, Bruce Springsteen, and hundreds of others, had been ignited by Elvis as taking my career into another direction. Ray Connolly, the author of this book. And then we've got a section here that's called Forward. Is that the first chapter? So, oh no, then there's a bit. How are people going to remember me when I'm gone? He wanted to know. Will they soon forget me? It was May 1977. So I'm guessing this is an interview. So before I read some of that, guys, yeah, so many people were inspired by Elvis, isn't it? The Beatles, Rolling Stones, obviously Bob Dylan. So I'm going to see if I can play that song, and then I think I'm going to read some of this. Why not? Before I do that, let's get the video up. And the song was called Tomorrow Is a Long Time. I don't know that. I don't think I know that song. Let's have a look. Let's see if it's going to be on here. Tomorrow is a long time. Let's have a look, guys. Right, okay. It's all right. It's a very long song. Let's have a look. Let's have a look. This looks like it's got a good video. Okay, we ready, guys? Now, I think this is because Bob Dylan. It's a Bob Dylan song. We've just read about Bob Dylan asking about Elvis Presley. I've never heard this. Have any of you guys heard this before? Please put it in the comments. In case you've just joined us, Karen is with us. She's in Memphis. She's at Graceland. We've just played her video. We've shown a load of her pictures. I'm sure Karen is going to send us many more pictures. And Tina has been sending me gifts. Tina, we love you, Tina. Thank you so much. That's 2025. Come on, he's so handsome, isn't he, guys? Look at him. It's Elvis Presley looking his best. And the 68 comeback suit he's wearing, Karen has sent us a picture of it at Graceland. Done Elvis Presley, the voice of an angel. Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to show some more of Karen's pictures. Karen is in Memphis at Graceland. Right, so I'm going to put it here as close as it will let me. Let's go over a bit. Go up. Now the focus isn't fantastic, to be honest with you, but I'm going to do my best. And let's scroll across the pictures, okay, guys? Oops, hang on. Let me just not. I don't want to trip over. Nearly tripped over then. Hang on. 1 minute, guys. Let me just get this right. Okay, nearly tripped over then. Ah. Okay, obviously the focus is a bit funny. Right. Let's see if we can do this without messing it up. So these are Karen's pictures direct from Graceland. And we know the story about Bruce Springsteen. Did he climb over the wall and run to the entrance of Graceland's? I think he may have spoke to someone. He may have spoke to Vernon. So obviously Graceland's. A picture taken by Karen, our subscriber. There's the aeroplane. Oh, and I think you can do a tour on it, can't you? You can go up inside it. Oh, there we are. Ah, by the stairs, the famous stairs. Wow, how many times did Elvis walk up and down those stairs? Unbelievable. Beautiful, Karen, beautiful. Wow. One day I want to stand there. The Phoenixes. And Billy Stanley said once in an interview that he did the rip in the pool table. Amazing. I've seen some of these things at the O2. Beautiful pictures. Wow, look at that one. Look at all the tassels. Elvis's World Championship. I'm trying to something dance. Records International Hotel. We all know this one, don't we? It's the Aloha, isn't it? Wow. So many. Look at them. Okay. Let's see if I can read a bit of that book that Tina sent us. So I'm going to read a bit of the book that Tina sent us. And whilst I'm reading it, I will play Tina's video again. Let's just get this the right angle. I think that's about as good as we're going to get it. Whilst that's playing, are you the only ones there? Sorry, I've got a particularly throat today. Okay, let's read some of this. This is from Ray Connolly, the author of this book. Let's have a look of this book that Tina sent me. Lovely Tina. Thank you, Tina. So it says, how are people going to remember me when I'm gone? So let me just drink a bit of my coffee because my throat's all sticky. Will they soon forget me? It was May 1977 in a hotel in a small city in Binghamton, New York, and lying lonely and depressed in his suite, temporarily abandoned after his latest girlfriend had become bored with the treadmill of touring, Elvis Presley had sent for his soprano backing singer Kathy Westmoreland to keep him company. He couldn't bear to be alone, to sleep alone. His entourage didn't like him sleeping alone either. They were worried when there was no one to watch over him. Now, I've never read this, guys, so I don't know what's coming, okay? I hope it's not too horrible. Kathy, a former lover and friend who had been with him on stage for 7 years, sat with him that night and the next night, listening as he talked about his mother, his weight, his health, and his daughter, consoling him as he agonized about the tell-all book which 3 of his former employees would soon be publishing, and shaking her head as he worried that he would quickly be forgotten after his death. He told her, never done anything lasting, never made a classic film, no matter how much pleasure his singing had given or how he helped change the direction of popular music, and all he saw was his failure to become a real movie star, and it tormented him. Oh, this is quite sad, isn't it, guys? Quite sad, but he's so wrong, because 50 years later, we're sat here still talking about Elvis. He's as big as ever. So Elvis was wrong. The book has been sent to me by Tina Preston. It's called Being Elvis Presley, A Lonely Life. This is just it's called the foreword. So it's not the first chapter. It's the pre-chapter. Prequel. Only 42, but sick with a host of internal problems. Well, at least they say that he was unwell, because we know he was. Exhausted and desperately disappointed. He was already talking about himself in the past tense, and Kathy should wear something white at his funeral. He tried to joke at one point. She laughed and promised she would, and then she held his hand until he fell asleep. The sleep he always craved, but which so often was so hard for him to find. And I've always felt that sleep deprivation was the core of all of Elvis's problems. I've always thought that. Always thought it. That was Elvis Presley, now recognized as the most loved entertainer ever, but then a sick man fretting at the final few months of the tragedy that his life had begun. You know, I don't like it when people judge Elvis just on that last year. I think that's so sad that Elvis, many people see just the last concerts, the stories, you know, the twisted stories that go around the world. I think they're very unfair to Elvis because Elvis lived a very successful life. Elvis was a slim, beautiful, healthy man for most of his life. It was only the last few years where things started to take a turn for the worse. So I just think it's a bit unfair. Yet what a life it had been. Let me just move this so you're not... Right, okay. Yet what a life it had been. During virtually the whole of his adulthood, everyone had smiled whenever he had entered the room. Yeah, this is more like it. Elvis wasn't the person... you can't judge Elvis just on the time when he became very unwell right at the end. It's so unfair. Everyone had smiled whenever he entered the room. When he made a joke, everybody laughed with him, only louder. And when he made requests, his aides hurried to oblige. Everybody wanted to please him. From the coterie of guys who daily walked the tight ropes between servitude and friendship, and they attended to him. I mean, come on, guys. When you're very, very successful, very wealthy, when you have a full team of staff, which most of these very, very wealthy people have, yes, they do cook for you and do all the jobs for you so you can get on with entertaining, get on with being Elvis Presley. Everybody wanted to please him. From the category of guys who daily walked in tightrope between servitude... Let's have a look. Let me just get to the bit where we were. To the ever-extending clan of relatives who were dependent upon him for employment and homes. And then there were many girlfriends whose affections he rewarded with gifts, cars and diamonds. Yet what a life. Whatever he wanted, he could buy. And so he did. Houses, fleets of Cadillacs, aeroplanes, guns, and some doctors too. And although he always liked to be the one who gave, when he chose to ask a favor, it was almost invariably granted. 2 presidents of the United States took his cause, while senators and state governors and movie rocks and sports celebrities queued behind the smile to shake his hand and be photographed with him. He was a magnet. Everybody came to him. Whilst his local Memphis police, hospital authorities and press looked away when they thought it political to do so. Well, I don't know if that's true, but okay. Of course they did. Elvis was the boy, man who in the mid-50s had gone into the space of the 30 months from high school graduation to top of the world recording charts, and who through television had gone on to provoke national and then international outrage and devotion. With music, the shortest route to the emotions, singing stars, regulars come and go in short flushes of excitement, but there was something about his voice, his attitude, his smile, his boyish beauty, the movements of his body as he sang, his sex appeal, and his story that stuck in the public's imagination. Okay, I'll go along with that. It still sticks, making him the ultimate, and 40 years after his death, the most enduring of America's icons. Yeah, I'll go with that. That's better. As a boy, he dreamed that success would free him and his family from poverty. But then he discovered that fame on his level imprisoned as well. Yeah, I agree with that. Fame did imprison as well. As released, he wasn't the first rock and roll singer, but he wasn't the first rock and roll superstar. A status which meant that there was only one. So he was the first rock and roll superstar. There was only one who experienced he could learn, but also there was no one with whom he could share the burden of being himself, of being Elvis. throughout his life, he would often say that he'd always felt lonely. And we've heard this, haven't we, guys? That was understandable. No one other than he knew what it was like to be under the relentless glare of devotion and attention, to be the alchemist who could turn music into much love and so much gold. Very true, guys. So I'm just seeing who's here. Hi, Adrian. Haven't seen you on for a while, my friend. His ambition had been to become rich and famous. His extraordinary 2.5 octave voice, which another level is falsetto, had achieved that and more for him. But when he left the stage, when the cameras were turned away and the spotlight was switched off, what then? Where did he fit in? Nowhere. Impossible to categorize. Outrageous celebrities locked him out of any resemblance of the real world. And as the years passed, he retreated to his court, where it be Graceland's mansions in Memphis or Hollywood or Las Vegas, where his courtiers would cosset him in the fears of insecurities and depression. Well, you know, I'm not going to agree with this, because Elvis knew how to get out and about. He knew. Yes, he did a lot of it at night, but when Elvis did mix with people, he was completely normal. When Elvis could be around people without being mobbed, he was just completely normal. By that time of night in Binghamton with Kathy Westmoreland, just 14 weeks before his death, he was mentally broken. Now remember, this is the views of this book, okay? He was emotionally spent. How could he have fallen into this state of disrepair? What had gone wrong for the man blessed with so many gifts and talents? From the outside, he seemed to have it all, but looking out at the adoring fans one night, some months earlier, he had said bleakly to one of his staff, "Those people don't love me in a personal way. They don't know what's inside me." Quite sad, guys. So Karen's at a concert. Ah, you're a lucky lady, Karen. So yeah, Karen is there. She's at Graceland. She's at Memphis. Come on. They couldn't, but they have been able to see inside my mind. What would they have found? Most likely a multiple pileup of warring desires, duties, and pressures. But then his past had been in endless conflict with his present for over 20 years. His dreams are blunted by brutish reality, and his artistic ambitions lost out to his needs and to the demands of his manager and himself for an endless supply of money. On film and stage, he displayed charming bravura, but that was a mask behind which he hid his fears and weaknesses. I mean, come on, guys. We've all got insecurities, haven't we? We all have fears and weaknesses. I'm not loving this this writer. Would his fans stay loyal the older he got? Yes, of course they would. He wondered aloud in those final months. He dreaded their desertion and what they would think when they learned about his darkest secrets. Then there were his more private worries. What about his pathological spending sprees? He knew in his more sanguine moments that they were ruining him, but he couldn't control them. Would he soon run out of money? His father thought it was possible, unable to stop himself. He'd either spent much of his fortune or given it all away. Well, I dispute that. Because we know that the second divorce settlement with Priscilla Presley, a massive amount of money was given to Priscilla. This was a big part of the reason why Elvis was running out of money. The second divorce settlement was very greedy, very extreme. So, okay, guys. So that was like a bit of an introduction to the book. So let's just see what kind of pictures we got in here. So it looks to me like there's quite a good section of pictures. Let me just see. Yeah, it's all the pictures that we've all seen. Yeah. Just yeah. There's some nice pictures in here. Now, I will say this, guys. What I've learned about the Elvis books is that what people tend to do, they tend to sort of repeat the stuff that has been written in all the other books. There's a lot of, I think it was Linda that made me aware of this, and maybe even Karen. They tend to get bits of all the other books and then make a new book. Bits of all the other books, make a new book. So you're almost reading the same stuff over and over again. Right, let me check your comments before I go, guys. Let's have a look. So the laptop seems to be working all right. I'm so pleased for Karen that she's at Memphis. We love it. Right. So Angie, it's exhausting. We went through 2 times. Let's have a look. Yeah, you're not allowed upstairs. I don't think you're allowed upstairs. Is that right? Let's have a look. Let me just go back on these comments. We all want to go there, don't we, guys? We all want to go there. Let's be honest. Right, so Angie's wants to go on the no, Caroline wants to do the VIP. Yeah, we're going on my 60th birthday, guys. Yeah, so Adrian's already been there. Yeah. So, Karen, the concert at Graceland, do you know who it is, who's playing? I'm just going back through the comments. How's Emily? Se Galabos Bays. Karen is here, Australia. Our steering wheel is on the right, like England. Yes. Are you allowed to go into Graceland daily without paying? Do you mean like walk up to it? I've heard that there's a certain time in the morning you're allowed to walk up to the graves. That's what I've been told. Is it between 9 and 10 in the morning? I'm not sure if that's correct. So Karen, it's just me and my sister were the only ones there, which is probably quite sweet, quite tranquil, isn't it? So you've probably got a busy day ahead of you, haven't you, Karen? I'm going to stay at the guest house. I can't wait, Jane, to go in. May, what day are you going? Let's have a look. Hi, Desiree, how are you? I can't wait to see the Elvis in the 68 comeback show in London in May. Elvis Evolution. Is anyone going? I haven't booked my Elvis Evolution yet. I want to go. My wife will probably do it for my birthday. So Carolyn says, I wonder if anyone's run upstairs to the bedroom. They lost control and said, screw it. Okay, guys. Well, I think that's it. So I just want to thank Karen for sending me the pictures and the video. Of course, we want to show what Team Elvis and our subscriber, our member is doing at Graceland at Memphis. So you're so fortunate. We are all envious, but in a very loving way. And I do want to thank Tina. Thank you so much for the gifts. I'm going to put this in my camper van now It's magnetic. That'll go in my camper van. And thank you for the lovely cards, Tina. That's very sweet of you. Anyone that sends me stuff, guys, I just think it's really sweet. Thank you very much. I like it when you guys send me things. Cute. That's a 2025 calendar. Thank you very, very much. I'll probably keep this like that. I'll put it behind me with my Elvis things. But this is going in my camper van. Okay, guys, I got to go. My wife's going to be here in a second. So I am going to be doing dog walks. So I might just suddenly appear on the dog walks. Okay, guys, I am coming back to do a topic of, was Elvis forced to get married? Did Elvis want to get married? Was Elvis ready for marriage? I think that's going to be my next live stream on here. Okay, on the laptop. Thanks, guys. Take care. All the best to you. And thank you for joining me. Have a great day. Karen, love your time at Memphis at Graceland. Enjoy every second. Take lots of pictures.